I was on the bridge. I was on the river when the bridge blew up. 1985, they had to blow this bridge up to build the new bridge. Part of the dilemma was the bridge was dilapidated with huge holes, and nobody wanted to build in either side, Conshohocken or West Conshohocken, with the ratty old bridge with holes in it. The developers were against building because of the bridge, the condition of the bridge. So thanks to the efforts of Jerry McTammany and Conshohocken Council, and along with West Conshohocken Council, they worked hard with state officials to get an approval, an immediate reconstruction of the bridge. So they had to blow this thing up, and the two things about it was they wanted to keep these main pillars to put the new bridge on. If they couldn't keep them main pillars, it would cost them millions upon millions of dollars to redo and set the project back about 2-3 years. So the problem was when they blew it up, they had to make sure that this disconnected and this disconnected and this at the exact same microsecond, because if you disconnected one side, the weight of that arch would have pulled this out of the river and therefore causing a problem. These arches were like 4 feet high, 6 feet wide, weighed tons and tons. Side story I'm going to give you on that is I was going down to photograph the explosion of the bridge. Okay, you can see the start. You can see the start of the explosion right here when it first blew. And my wife Donna, God bless her, she asked me, "Where are you going to be when the bridge blows up?" I said, "I'm going to be upriver by the dam." And she says, "You're going to be out in the river?" And I said, "Yeah, right in the middle. It's not very deep. It's only about knee high out in the middle of that river there, believe me." So anyway, she says, "Wouldn't you be better off downriver? Because once these pillars collapse into the river, it's going to cause a dam and the water's going to back up." And I basically said in very kind words, "Look, don't be an ass. The water's going to go over the dam and we're going to be fine." And better yet, I decided to take my 13-year-old son with me, Brian, Butch. I said, "Butch, come on out in the river. You're going to take some pictures of the bridge blowing up." So there we stood out in front of that dam, okay? And as the dam came down, and perfect, I mean, they separated it absolutely perfect, okay? You can see it here. It's interesting that the arches are in a million pieces, but they haven't dropped yet. They're still kind of in arch form. And they all come down, and it causes this dam across the river. And we were standing in knee-high water within minutes. I was up to my chest. And I'm fighting to get Butch out of the river, and we look like them people in Vietnam with our hands high above our head with all the camera equipment, like wading through the water. I never said a word to her for about 5 years. Wouldn't tell her because I didn't want to hear it. Well, she happened to come into a slideshow, and I started to explain it, and she caught on 5 years later about what happened at the explosion of the river. So